Bedazzled is a movie starring Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley that was released in the year 2000. It's a vague remake of a 1967 movie, also called Bedazzled, and the 1967 movie was vaguely inspired by the story of Faust. The name Bedazzled also reminds me of the Bedazzler, a super cool at-home tool you could use in the 90s to add rhinestone studs to all your clothing. It has nothing to do with this movie, but it lives in my brain forever. This movie has been on my list for a while, but the internet has recently informed me that we are in the Renaissance, the Brendan Fraser Renaissance. Anyway, I recently rewatched Bedazzled for the first time in years, and I always remembered that I really liked it, but it was hard to recall specifics beyond the concepts of Brendan Fraser, nerd, and Elizabeth Hurley, hot Satan. And as it turns out, that pretty much is the basic premise of the movie. So, let's talk about Bedazzled. The intro of this movie has a lot going on. There's an upbeat song, there's a computer-style interface showing maps of different cities, there are shots of people from all over the world.
All of my dreams.
There are pop-ups that label people with different characteristics. This baby is a freeloader. The computer interface also shows a pie chart detailing soul conversion. It's a lot. But then we get this beautiful first shot of Brendan Fraser's character, Elliot. Elliot is weird.
So what do you say you and me go and knock back some studs and check out the babes?
Like, I want to feel bad that he doesn't seem to get social cues, but he is also kind of a jerk.
I'm gonna go home, spend some time with my wife.
Oh, taking a trip to Whipville.
I think that we're supposed to believe that Elliot is just kind of a kind, goofy, but good-natured guy who is just generally mistreated by the world at large. And that's at least how I remembered his character from the first time I had watched this movie. But now I realize that, no, pretty much everyone in this movie, including Elliot, is kind of awful.
Well, isn't this a big surprise? I thought everybody was busy.
Slight change of plans, Elliot.
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm a little bit peeved at you guys.
Anyway, he is creepily in love with this girl named Allison from his work. Like, he knows a bunch of random facts about her.
Brad, Brian, the guy with the teeth.
Brad. Skunky?
No, that's been over for 3 months now.
Oh, yeah? How do you know that?
I know a lot of things about her. I know that she likes her bagels buttered but not toasted. Wow.
How specific.
And apparently they have only actually spoken once about the weather. So, you know, soulmates.
It was the first week of June 3 years ago. I said it was wet out. We were standing in the lobby and I said it was really wet out.
Then he says the words,
Dear God, I would give anything to have that girl in my life.
and those words summon the devil. It's interesting because I feel like in a lot of media where someone says something that summons the devil, it's usually using the expression, I would sell my soul for whatever. But in this, he just says, I would give anything. So it's sort of like maybe the devil used to have really specific search terms of just, I would sell my soul for XYZ, and then they would be like, ooh, hit, and pounce on that. But, you know, maybe things have gotten just kind of tight, so they had to expand their search keywords to just, I would give anything, and then hope that anything includes the person's soul. It's tough being a devil. Elizabeth Hurley is perfect for this role. She is just chewing all of the scenery all of the time. And plus, I mean, she is super hot. And I think that in media, the devil should be hot. And this is definitely something that's been more apparent in modern media. Like, I think of the show Lucifer, but there was kind of a point in time where visualizations of the devil were not particularly sexy. And in biblical mythology, Lucifer was the morning star, the most beautiful of God's angels. So I think that the devil should be hot. Lucifer should be sexy and not scary. Elliot does not realize at first that she is the devil. At one point he thinks that she is a hooker, and at another point he thinks that she is a Scientologist. These are fairly big leaps.
I'm the devil.
But she fills him in and gives him a business card, which is super handy. All devils should have business cards. Elizabeth Hurley is way better looking than the guy that played the devil in the 1967 movie. Like, that guy looked like this.
Would the words Prince of Darkness mean anything to you?
And Elizabeth Hurley looks like this.
If you could just buy into this whole I'm the devil thing, it'll save us both a lot of these questions.
Ooh, outfit change. The first of many. She tells Elliot to make a wish. Anything in the world. And I kind of love this part. He wishes for a Big Mac and a large Coke. So then we get a sequence of the two of them just riding a bus together to go to McDonald's.
Hi, how you doing? What can I get you?
A Big Mac and a large Coke.
Wish granted? She's wearing sunglasses at night. And I'm going to count the coat and the updo as an outfit change. Of course, the devil has a vanity license plate. Another outfit change.
Where are we?
Just a little after hours club, I own. We better get in there. Everyone's waiting for you.
And now she takes Elliot to this weird club where everyone reacts to him as if he is a celebrity. She does tell Elliot that there is a God, and God is a man.
Most men think they're God. This one just happens to be right.
Ha! The devil has an offer for Elliot.
Paragraph 1 states that I, the devil, a not-for-profit corporation with offices in Purgatory Hell in Los Angeles, will give you 7 wishes to use as you see fit.
But there is a small fee.
Are you kidding? I have to give you my soul?
After you've had your wishes, of course.
But it's my soul.
I am loving all of these outfit changes. I think my first wish would probably be something like, can I hang out with you forever? And then the contract would likely be rescinded. She manages to show Elliot something tempting enough that it convinces him to sign. Because this is the year 2000, they have to add in a pager.
Before you start wishing, you'll be needing this. If for any reason your wish isn't going the way you hoped, just take out your pager, hit 666, and it'll bring you right back to me.
I love that her filing cabinet looks like a morgue.
Every wish is going to be 100% fabulous. But you'll find that out as soon as you make one.
So, his first wish?
I wish that I were married to Allison and that I were very, very rich and very powerful. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
The wish gives him what he wants. And it also gives him the ability to speak Spanish.
Hola, mucho gusto. Me llamo Elliot.
Oy, Dios mío! Except all is not as it first appears. They're married, but Allison hates him. And she's having an affair with Raul. He's rich and powerful because he is a drug lord. He knows cocaine from just a quick taste.
¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay! ¡Es cocaína!
Don't know if that was part of the wish or what. Raoul stole his wife and now steals his business via a hostile takeover. As Elliot plummets to his death, he uses the pager to dial Sace Sace Sace. Now Elizabeth Hurley is a sexy meter maid, expiring all of the meters, but in a sexy way. She uses devil magic to take him to Allison's bedroom, where they read Allison's diary and learn that she is looking for a sensitive man.
He's a man who's in touch with his emotions. He's a man who's not afraid to share his fears, his disappointments, and his tears. Where are you, my sensitive man?
So this brings us to wish number 2.
Wish for the most emotionally sensitive man in the world.
This sounds like a terrible idea. Like, even without the whole monkey's paw, your wish will be ruined aspect, this sounds awful. And why is he not adding more details to these wishes? Of course, the wish turned him into a weepy redhead.
What is it?
I said sunset again.
He sings a song about dolphins.
You're so much more than a fish to me, my playful friend beneath the sea.
Honestly, this is not even as bad as it could have been, because the most emotionally sensitive man in the world could have theoretically just been on the ground in the fetal position, crying 100% of the time because he is just overwhelmed constantly by the beauty and terror of mortality. Elliot is just doing dolphin impressions and getting a little weepy over sunsets. I think the devil did him a favor. Then, in the middle of an improvised sonnet, some jerk kicks sand on him and steals his girl. Turns out, in a completely surprise plot twist, he is too sensitive.
I just want to be with a man who'll ignore me and take me for granted and who's only pretending to be interested in who I am and what I think so he can get into my pants.
That would be me.
This wish was a disaster from start to finish, and Elliot brought it on himself. I will say that Brendan Fraser as an actor gives off this really just innocent, pure of heart vibe. And I think he was cast as like the good-natured doofus a lot in this era. And I do believe that if anyone except Brendan Fraser had been cast as Elliot, the character would have been creepy and just completely unlikable. So it is Brendan Fraser's natural charm that just saves the story. Also, I know I like to call people by their full names, but calling them Brendan and Elizabeth just feels weird. Elliot is sly to what the devil is doing.
I make wishes, and you think up ways to ruin them.
The devil, of course, tries to emotionally manipulate him, and it works.
I work hard. I try to look good for you.
You look good. You look very good.
Elizabeth Hurley just seems like she's having a really good time in this movie. And I am not even pointing out all of the outfit changes anymore, because there are just too many. So for wish 3, he wishes to be a pro basketball player.
I wish I could play professional basketball.
Then I'll just say the magic words, Dennis Rodman. Just kidding! Michael Jordan.
Why does Elliot not add more details to these wishes? Like, why wouldn't he say, I wish I was a talented professional basketball player who earned a lot of money, as well as the respect and adoration of millions of fans, and was also in a respectful, romantic, mutually satisfying and loving relationship with Allison as we live out our long and healthy lives together in above average comfort. Although I am completely aware that using evil devil magic to force someone to be in love with you is very creepy. It's probably not a criticism that was leveled against this movie at the time, but it is something worth noting. I do enjoy that they're using the same little cast of characters in all of the wishes. So, pro basketball player Elliot is very dumb.
Well, you go out there and you give 110% and you want to play good and, you hope you play good. I think we play pretty good tonight.
And he sweats a lot. And I don't know why, but I do enjoy the bit where he just keeps sweating.
Oh, man, you just got to play one game at a time and go out there and give 110%. And you just got to show you want it more than they do when chips fall where they may.
So Allison comes to interview him in the locker room.
I just kept thinking how unbelievably big your ego must be after a game like that.
Oh, not that big, really.
I bet it's pretty big.
And at first, she is super flirty. And then the towel opens and...
Oh my God.
Oh! Hey!
I remembered there's just this teeny tiny thing to do.
What's teeny?
Womp womp. Back to the drawing board. Finally, Elliot's next wish is more detailed.
I want to be smart. No, I want to be really smart. Well, like they say, Dr. Giggity Pulitzer Prize and $3.50 will get you a cafe latte.
He has his regular hair in this wish. And at first, things seem to be working out pretty well.
Don't you think that secular humanism is yummy?
Ooh, delish.
Ugh, I'm glad that the parties I go to are like, woo, tequila shots, flip cup, let's watch videos of cute dogs. Because if anyone used the phrase secular humanism along with the word yummy in the same sentence, I think I would just leave. Things seem to be going too well. Allison is being fully seduced, and they go back to Elliot's apartment.
What the hell is going on, Mary?
Who are you?
Don't play games with me, Mr. Richards. I'm in no mood.
And discover his very stereotypically gay boyfriend.
Who was in the Broadway cast of The Pajama Game?
Janice Page, John Raitt, Eddie Foy Jr. I assume you mean the original cast because there was a revival in 1973 that starred Hal Linden and Barbara McNair. I am gay!
Oof, the year 2000. He gets Allison to kiss him, but nope, gay.
I'm gay. Well, thanks for dropping by.
Good night.
Reset.
And so the cow was returned to its rightful owner. Okay, boys, tonight's homework.
And now Elizabeth Hurley is a sexy school teacher at an all-boys school. Much beloved, as we can see from the number of apples on her desk, which also adds a nice little Garden of Eden vibe. She pronounces sloth as sloth.
Do you think everything is about sex?
Oh, of course not. I mean, there's greed, gluttony, sloth.
For wish 5, he wishes to be the President of the United States.
I wish that I was the President of the United States.
It goes about as well as you would expect. He's Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater.
No. Oh,
The actors are beside themselves with excitement.
we're going to a play?
Fun fact, I saw the movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter at a movie theater in DC that was just down the street from Ford's Theater. So it resets again, and now Elliot is back at work. And this is the first time that you can see kind of a shift in his demeanor. And it's really only noticeable now because he is interacting with real people for the first time in a while.
I don't think a person with your extremely limited personal and professional skills can afford to push the envelope.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then Elizabeth Hurley pops up and we make a discovery. That last wish, it wasn't wish 5. It was actually wish 6.
You forgot the Big Mac and Coke.
What? That wasn't a wish.
Well, what do you call it? You said, I wish, and I got it for you. Sounds like a wish to me.
You see, his first wish was for the Big Mac and Coke, so he only has one wish left. Elliot tries going to a church for advice, but of course that doesn't work out.
This is so unnecessary.
Coming
downtown with
I'm
us.
telling you, the devil gypped me for a hamburger!
Tell your story to the sergeant.
So he ends up at the police station where they do not take him seriously. And of course, Elizabeth Hurley, the devil, is one of the cops.
We're all doomed anyway, so you might as well just get with the program, wish your way out of here, and move on.
Elliot talks to his cellmate in this resigned sort of way.
I said she's the devil, that lady cop.
Yeah. I sold my soul.
Hope you got something good for it.
And the cellmate is remarkably deep and also smoking indoors. And it tells Elliot,
Can't sell your soul anyway.
Oh, really? Why do you say that?
It doesn't really belong to you in the first place. It belongs to God.
he gives some cryptic advice, and Elliot asks who he is, and the cellmate says that he is just a friend.
Just a friend, brother. Just a really good friend.
The implication, of course, is that he is probably actually God, and I like this. He seems like a chill God. Definitely New Testament, probably not murdering any babies. One of Elizabeth Hurley's last outfit changes is, of course, an angel costume. But Elliot has come to some realizations, because what he actually wants can't come from a wish. It can only come from, like, within, or, whatever.
Been starting to think that it really isn't that important how far we go in life anyway. It's how we get there that really matters.
He refuses to make his last wish. Over the course of this movie, Elliot has learned to stand up for himself. And of course, Elizabeth Hurley gets mad. I like that we see this horrible, fiery demon before it just transitions to a giant Elizabeth Hurley in a gold bikini. I will say that I feel like Elizabeth Hurley's performance is just a little bit better, a little bit more solid when she's being all, snarky and flirty. Because when she tries to come across as angry, it just feels off. It feels like she is holding back the performance for some reason.
Now listen to me, you disgusting little maggot! This is your last chance before the big weenie roast. Make a wish or forever burn in hell!
And of course, they still try to give her all of the weird, cutesy dialogue, rather than just going all in on, a fire and brimstone kind of devil. So Elliot finally makes his last wish.
I wish that Allison has a happy life!
Oh, God.
And that was a loophole. A truly benevolent act will void the contract, and now Elliot gets to keep his soul.
Yes! Oh, yeah! Yes! I get to keep my soul! Wow!
Then Elliot and the devil have, kind of a sweet bonding moment.
I really liked you, you know.
Well, to tell you the truth, you've been the best friend I've ever had.
Oh dear. Don't go gushy on me now.
Okay.
He does the little look back and wave. So Elliot goes to work and he runs into Allison. He talks to her and he's all confident and smooth. He even asks her out and isn't creepy about it.
There's a chance that we just might hit it off, so I was wondering if you wanted to go get a cup of coffee or...
Oh, that's really so nice of you. I'm seeing someone.
Oh well. Up in the office, his coworkers are making fun of him, as per usual.
Hey, Elliot. Faux Elliot. So smelly. What's up, dudester?
And Elliot stands up for himself.
What do you say we go down to the club tonight and we pick up some chickettes, huh? Nice talking to you, Bob.
It's in a way that he's lucky that nobody called HR. So this whole experience has changed Elliot. It has altered his outlook on life, and it has just made him more aware of himself and what he wants and how he interacts with others. And then, in a twist of fate to close out this movie, Elliot has a new neighbor. She's quirky and coincidentally looks just like Allison.
Oh, hi, you must be the boy next door. Do you want to give me a hand?
What do you know? They hit it off. And then the movie ends with the two of them walking together, and they happen to stroll past God and the devil playing chess in the park. So I like the ending of this movie more than the 1967 version. In that movie, the devil and God are actually competing to see who can reach a certain number of souls. I think it's 1 billion souls. So who can reach 1 billion souls first? And the devil ends up reaching his goal, so he does not need the Elliot character, who's named Stanley in this, so he doesn't need Stanley's soul anymore, and feeling bad for him, the devil just kind of like lets Stanley go. There is also that same seventh wish twist at the end, where it turns out that Stanley has one less wish than he thought. And there's also a scene at the end where Stanley asks out his crush, and she gently turns him down. But there is kind of a major difference. So the devil was trying to collect all of those souls to beat God in order to be allowed back into heaven. But when the devil goes to God's greenhouse hangout thing, St. Peter basically tells him, nope, God changed his mind.
Where are you? This way, please. What's happening? One moment he was talking to me, the next moment he was gone.
I'm afraid you failed the entrance examination.
I can't have failed. I've done everything he asked of me.
So instead of the whole cute neighbor thing, this movie ends with the devil just cursing the world and saying that he will make it so noisy and disgusting that even God will be ashamed of it.
I'll cover the world in tasty freeze and wimpy burgers.
I'll fill it full of concrete runways, motorways, aircraft, television and automobiles, advertising, plastic flowers and frozen food.
While some cheerful music plays in the background and God laughs maniacally.
You're unbelievable.
Way less feel good. And I know the feel good stuff can be kind of cheesy, but sometimes I like cheesy. And I know that this movie isn't a masterpiece and parts of it didn't really age super well, but I had fun watching it. I liked it when I was younger, and I like it now. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to pay the $3.99 to watch it on Amazon, but it was fun. I had a good time watching it, and I think that is all that matters. Sometimes I think about what my wishes would be if I were granted wishes, and it would be detailed. My wishes would be very complex. Before making them, I would write them down and have them reviewed by a lawyer. It would be very hard to monkey's paw my wishes. However, I would be screwed if there was a genie just skulking around and just granting whatever people would say when they would begin a statement with, I wish, because I make a lot of I wish statements that are not things that I would actually want to happen. I wish this place would just burn to the ground. I wish someone would just launch me into the void. I wish I could turn into a bat and just leave this life behind. It's not good. Can we talk about Elizabeth Hurley for a second? This woman is 55 years old, and look at her. Did she sell her soul to the devil? Because she looks better at 55 than I did at 25. And I'm sure that she has had some work done, but I want to know what that work is, so I can eventually get it done too. I keep wondering if the Bedazzler will come back into style, like other tenets of 90s fashion. I never thought low-rise jeans would come back around again. I don't understand it. there seem to be two conflicting notions of Gen Z style. Like, on one hand, there's this, like, I want to be comfortable idea that seems to have brought upon the rise of the mom gene. But then, seemingly in direct conflict to that is, I almost said the rise of low-rise genes. That is a weird phrase. But the popularity of low-rise jeans. Like, that is not remotely comfortable. Low-rise jeans just have that denim, inflexible waistband that is just kind of digging into your intestines. Like, I remember wearing low-rise jeans in high school and needing to, like, lean and reach for something, and you just feel this tight band of denim compressing your insides. No. They can pry my high-rise jeans from my cold, dead legs. Do you know how hard it is to take denim off a corpse? I hope you don't.